According to Reporters Without Borders RSF 2022 World Press Freedom Index, India's press freedom ranking has dropped from 133 out of 180 nations in 2016 to 150 in 2021. The World Press Freedom Index measures how free journalists, news organizations, and the internet users are in each country, as well as the government's attempt to protect that freedom. In the most recent assessment, India was ranked among the countries that are poor for media and among the most dangerous places for journalists in the world. It came in at number 142 out of 180 countries. Last year, India was ranked 150th. The violence against journalists, the political partisan media, and the concentration of media ownership all demonstrate that press freedom is in crisis in the world's largest democracy. Ruled since 2014 by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party and the embodiment of the Hindu nationalist right, the 2022 report said. It further added, originally a product of the anti-colonial movement, the Indian press used to be seen as an fairly progressive, but things changed radically in mid-2010s. When Narendra Modi became Prime Minister and engineered a spectacular rapprochement between his party, the BJP and the big families dominating the media. The prime example is undoubtedly the Reliance Industries group led by Mukesh Ambani, now a personal friend of Modi's, who owns more than 70 media outlets that are followed by at least 800 million Indians. It also highlighted how, under the guise of combating COVID 19, the government and its supporters waged a guerrilla war of lawsuits against the media outlets, whose coverage of the pandemic contradicted official statements, the government and its supporters. In June 2020, The Wire claimed, citing multiple media accounts, that 55 journalists had been imprisoned, booked, and threatened for covering COVID 19. It also mentioned the harassment that Indian journalists experience for being too critical of the administration. According to the article, 13 journalists have been arrested and one has been slain since January 1. On February 5, an IED exploded near Karlakhunta Bridge in Kalhandi district, some 400 kilometers west of Bhubaneswar, killing Rohit Kumar Biswal, a reporter and a photographer for the Odia language weekly Dharitri. Internet shutdowns and the propagation of misinformation, according to the Indian Spend, have been contributed to India's decline in the Press Freedom Index over the previous 5 years. Terrifying coordinated campaigns of hatred and calls for murder are conducted on social media, campaigns that are often even more violent when they target women journalists whose personal data may be posted online as an additional incitement to violence, according to the RSF report on journalist safety. In Kashmir, where reporters are frequently harassed by police and parliamentaries, with some being held in provisional custody for years, the situation remains very concerning. On January 1, 2022, various Indian Muslim women, including journalists, were posted for auction on Bully by a GitHub app, with their image doctored and obtained without their permission. Hundreds of Muslim women were posted for auction in 2021 on a similar app called Sulli Deals, which also sorted on GitHub. Bulli or Sulli are Islamophobic slurs directed at Muslim women. There are variations of the term mulli, which is frequently used by the right wing to troll Muslim women. On January 28, 6 journalists were charged with sedition for reporting on an alleged shooting by police officers during a tractor rally coinciding with India's celebration of its 72nd Republic Day that led to the death of a farmer. On January 30, police in Uttar Pradesh filed a first information report against The Wire founding editor Siddharth Vardarajan for tweeting a story from The Wire that included statements given by the family of the farmers who died during the tractor rally. A day later, The Wire and one of its staff members, Ismat Ara, were added to the FIR. On the same day, 2 other journalists, Mandeep Punia of the Karwan magazine and Dharmender Singh of Online News India, were detained by the police while on assignment covering farmers' protests near the village of Singhu, just outside New Delhi. They were charged with obstructing law enforcement officials, but both have been now granted bail.